Now let's go to material card. In the material card, in the general info, you have the group code. This is used for grouping, filtering and tracking. Then we have a brand and model. It can be used for classification and grouping. Mostly it has non-operational effect. Then we have shelf life and guarantee period. Shelf life is a period between the expiry date and the production date of a material. And shelf life and guarantee period is used for pharmaceutical or food that contains expiry date on the material. And for this you need to have a serial lot tracking enabled in tracking tab. So when it's available, you can use the shelf life like for 2 days or 3 days, etc. And when transaction is made, it is notified. And on transaction, it is able to modify the date. For example, a material is going to expire in 2 days, which is as mentioned in the tool. But you know that it can go up to additional 5 days exceptionally. And if you have authorization, you can extend it only for that item and transaction for another few days. Then we have costing method 1. It's a field used to specify the cost method to be used, and it can be applied for the whole company, and you can use average or inputs or any other values which is available here. And then we have IFRS cost method. It is used to specify IFRS cost method or it is used to facilitate cost operations. It is used to allow materials to be costed using the selected method instead of using single method for all materials. Next we have the details tab. Here you can apply the refined material only to be sold. In usage point, you can either enable or disable it to be viewed in either purchase, sales or material management, and it's like an authorization provided. Then in operations, it is not enabled here, but you can enable it in admin tool. If you want to track an item by location, you must check the track by location. And if you don't want to apply discount for a material, you can check discount inapplicable. You can check configurable if material variants have different properties and values are generated and configuration method are used. And if you check subject to inspection, it means that the material will be subjected to inspection. If you check apply deduction, that material will be applicable for deduction or surcharges are applicable for that material. Then we have tracking tab. This is here we have lot or serial tracking method. This field is used to specify the method used for lot or serial number tracking. The tracking method has 3 options, that is no tracking, lot number and serial number. In no tracking, if it is selected, lot or serial number for that material will not be tracked. And if you select lot number, a lot number is displayed in the input and output transaction lines of material definition. Then if you select serial number, serial numbers are assigned to the material defined in the record at the quantity of each input and output transactions at that given line. Next, we have the units tab. The system is a multi-unit system. That means you can convert from one unit to another. You can have limited number of units. You can set this in unit set definition. If you have kg or unit in decimals, you should check the divisible checkbox. Then we have barcodes. Barcodes can have as many units available. You can create template for barcodes as well. And you cannot create the same barcode for different materials. Next we have modules. Modules refers to the relevant modules in which units defined in the unit set can be used. It has the following options. Next we have priority. Priority, it refers to unit priority information. In accordance with selection made in this field, the relevant unit is transferred as default in material, purchase or sales slip invoice line. It can be changed if required. Then we have dimensions. A dimension can be width, length, height, area, net volume, etc. And the dimensions of the relevant product is entered in the dimension field accordingly. Then we have notes, picture and characteristics tab. In the notes tab, you can enter the note as many lines as possible. And then in the pictures tab, you can have a picture of a material like this. And in the characteristic tab, you can have there are different types of characteristics, like string type of characteristic, pick list, value range as shown here, group value, date or time, and text.